Wait a sec, didn't I just make a video about how crypto airdrops are dead? Yep, I sure did. But then why am I making this one about the top upcoming airdrops? Well, if you actually watched that video, you'll know that I had a very nuanced take on the state of airdrops. That despite all their issues, you can still find good ones by being a bit more selective and changing up your strategy. That's why in this video, I'm gonna share only the airdrops that I believe are worth it. I'll break down what they are, why they are worthy, and what you need to know if you want to farm them. Let's start with one of the most anticipated launches of the cycle, Monad. This is a high-performance Layer 1 blockchain that's EVM compatible. But what it's really known for is its ability to execute transactions in parallel, aka parallel execution. So clearly the tech here is great, but there's plenty of projects out there with great tech. So what is it about Monad in particular that has people so excited for its airdrop? Well, much of it is due to the who and what behind it. First, we have their team, which includes Keone Han, who many consider to be one of the best builders in the crypto space. And second, they have some insane backing by the VCs, pulling in an incredible $225 million in a recent funding round. That just goes to show you how much momentum they have and why their airdrop is lining up to be one of the biggest of the cycle. Okay, so that's amazing, right? But how can we get involved? Well, there's currently no official launch date for their mainnet, nor are there any official airdrop requirements. This means that we'll have to do a bit of digging to look for ways to potentially qualify. Fortunately, what we can do is head on over to their Discord and view their social credit score system. They've been super upfront about valuing community contributions, and they've made it clear that they are tracking and honoring those across their platforms. For example, getting involved in Discord earns you XP points, and there's a ton of roles that you can go for while you're there. One role in particular to look out for is the NADS role, as those members recently got a chunk of the Wormhole airdrop that was worth around 5 figures each. So this is a clear signal that they are planning to reward those who have helped them along the way. And what better reward can they give than free tokens, right? Now, some other potential ways to qualify include being active on their testnet, as well as staking Wormhole's W token. But those are a bit more speculative in terms of whether or not they'll translate into airdrop tokens. But either way, given the hype surrounding this project and its strong backing, I think it is definitely worth some time and effort if you want to get a piece of it. Anyhow, next, let's move on to the ZK EVM space and check out a project that's looking to shake up the Layer 2 space forever. The project is Scroll, and boy have people been buzzing about their potential airdrop. Why, you may ask? Well, first, it has some amazing metrics. Its total value locked is just outside the top 10 of all chains. Its developer growth is booming, and there's a ton of protocols deployed on it, such as Aave and Lido. Furthermore, Scroll doesn't show any signs of slowing down, with its recent raise of over 130 million across 2 rounds, which is being put straight back into its ecosystem of almost 4 million users. So those are some seriously impressive numbers. But I bet you're wondering, when is their airdrop gonna happen? And how can we get ourselves some tokens? Well, speculation about their airdrop has been heating up. And although there's no confirmed date yet, you definitely should know about marks, which is their point system. Marks are given to users to interact with their ecosystem. And this includes simple things such as making transactions and bridging over assets, to a bit more complicated things such as lending and borrowing, or depositing assets into their DEX's liquidity pools. I think their marks will play a big role in how their airdrop is eventually distributed. So if you want to maximize the marks you earn, then definitely be active in their ecosystem and use their chain in an organic manner as much as possible. After all, many projects do not have as clear-cut of a point system as Scroll, so I definitely think this one is worth spending a little bit more time on compared to others. Okay, next up, we're moving on to a fascinating project that lets ordinary people like you and I play a part in the AI revolution. It's called Grass, and it's all about helping AI developers access the vast amounts of data on the internet so they can use that to train their AI models. Now, how they're getting that data is quite unique. They essentially do it in a crowdsourced manner where a bunch of regular people use their browser extension to help retrieve that data and structure it in a way that's useful for AI teams. So if you think about it, this really wouldn't be that useful if only a few thousand people participated. But with Grass's incentive system, they got more than 2 million users participating, which tells me that they're all itching to get in on this potential airdrop. So clearly this is a promising airdrop to check out. But what all do we know about it so far? Well, there's nothing concrete yet, but its Grass Points system has got some people speculating that an airdrop could be coming soon. Like I mentioned, you can literally earn points just by running their browser extension, which is quite effortless. And then you can also earn points by referring other users to their network. If you invite someone and they in turn invite someone else, then your bonus goes up. So this means that those who put in the effort could find themselves in a super strong position if and when the airdrop arrives. That's why although there's no clear path to guaranteed tokens, in many ways, there's nothing to lose by getting involved with something so simple, which is probably why a bunch of my friends are already farming this one. Anyhow, next up, we're on to a project that I recently covered in a standalone video. The project's name, Berachain, and it's an EVM compatible blockchain that's known for something called proof of liquidity. Now, I'm not gonna go too deep here, as you could just watch my other video to learn more about it, but just know that they have one of the most passionate communities out there called the Bera Cult, and boy are they pumped about their upcoming airdrop. So what can we do in order to get involved? Well, as of right now, there's no official news that has been released by the team, but they did leave some clues about what's coming down the line. Like their co-founder already confirmed that their testnets are incentivized, which suggests that being active in those will get you a slice of their eventual airdrop. But other than that, this may be one of those airdrops where you gotta be super savvy about how you spend your time and effort. Because like I said, there's just not that much concrete info out there. So you'll have to decide for yourself what you want to try in order to potentially qualify. I will say though that this airdrop just might be worth the effort, as it has all the characteristics to become a standout one, which means that those who grind through it could end up cashing in big time. Anyhow, next on our list is an operating system that's built for all the Ethereum rollups out there. It's called Fuel, and I don't want to bore you with the details, but just know that it makes creating rollups way better and way easier than ever before. Fuel raised a whopping $80 million in September of 2022, and since launching its testnet, more than 15 teams, including Spark and Pyth, have all deployed smart contracts on there. So that's all impressive, of course. But what's got me really excited about Fuel are the people behind it. You see, Fuel shares a co-founder with Celestia, which has been one of the best performing projects of this cycle, and it coincidentally had one of the most successful airdrops to date. So because Fuel and Celestia were designed with each other in mind, what I'm wondering is, can Fuel's airdrop do as well as Celestia's? Well, I think it certainly has the potential to do so, which is why we need to check out their airdrop details ASAP in order to get involved. Fortunately, they make it incredibly easy to participate. Their Fuel Points program makes it super easy to figure out what you need to do in order to earn points. You can deposit a range of assets to accumulate points daily, and you can also bridge over assets after the mainnet launch. Personally, I think that Fuel's backing, team, and synergy with Celestia means that its airdrop is definitely one that you should consider farming. And hopefully, Fuel can follow in Celestia's footsteps by showing the crypto world just how an airdrop should be done. Alright, moving on to our next project, which is building an interoperability layer for all the rollups out there. It's called Hyperlane, and it enables rollups to connect permissionlessly with other chains. They for sure have some world-class tech, but what's got people really excited is the fact that they've already launched some real-world products, such as the first Celestia rollup bridge out there. Over 200,000 TIA tokens were locked in that bridge within days of their launch, proving that their tech has real demand and that people are craving their potential airdrop. So what do we know about this airdrop, and what can we do to qualify? Well, at the moment, it's still unconfirmed, which is not ideal, but it does create some opportunities for those who are willing to put in the work. You can try doing things like increasing your volume or transaction count on their network, or you could even bridge between Celestia and an EVM to potentially qualify. But there are other things you could try as well. For example, you could look into staking Celestia or providing TIA/ETH liquidity on Trader Joe, as we know that TIA liquidity will be crucial to facilitate bridging. Now, there's no doubt that these actions make Hyperlane's airdrop much more complicated, so you will need some time and patience for this one, but it could be worth it in the end, as Hyperlane seems like the real deal to me. Alright, next up we got another interoperability project, but this one is a blazing fast bridge that lets you bridge to pretty much any blockchain out there. It's called D-Bridge, and what impresses me the most is that it's already being used by dApps like Jupiter and 1inch. But what about their potential airdrop? Well, that all comes down to D-Bridge Points, which was launched in April of this year, as a way to recognize the contribution of their community. And those points are all based on the value and fees that you bring to the D-Bridge ecosystem. And you can earn points by doing things like cross-chain transfers, making referrals, or integrating D-Bridge into your own dApp. Now, Season 1 of the airdrop is already done, but don't worry, because Season 2 is currently live, and given how their Season 1 panned out, this could still be a great opportunity to participate. Well, there you have it. 7 amazing airdrops to get excited about for this year. I think what's really cool is that there's so many different types of projects with varied approaches to their airdrops. So there should be something here for everyone. However, like I said in my other video, it's probably best to not go for all of them. So you should think about which ones you like the most and just focus on those. Oh, and if you haven't watched that other video yet, you can do so right here.